Oh shit. Alright, what's up guys? I want to go ahead and get this video out today. This is Eric Pedersen's 5-day bodybuilding routine. As a disclaimer, I just wanted to make it very clear that this is Eric Pedersen's program and it's what worked for him. This might not necessarily work for you. You know, it's a good bodybuilding program, it's a good 5-day program, but keep in mind that this is specializing in the arms and shoulders, particularly because that's the muscle groups he lacked. Well, not really the arms, but the shoulders, but he just liked hitting arms. So just keep that in mind. Some of y'all might need more volume for abs, calves, neck, even the forearms, or maybe even your back or something like that. It is still relatively high volume, but just keep that in mind when I'm going through this program. This is what worked for him. This is what worked for me because I've ran this program, but it might not work for you. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to start off. The workout will also be in the description. And you'll notice a few key changes in this program. So we'll start with day one. Day one, you're going to open up with a bench press, 3 sets of 4 to 8. You're going to stay in that rep range. If you're under 4 reps, you're going too heavy. If you're over 8 reps, too light, add some weight. All right, but stay in that 4 to 8 rep range. And then after that, you're supersetting push and pull throughout the whole workout pretty much. So we're going to superset the bench press with a dumbbell row. You can do single arm, you can do bent over 2 arm. Just keep in mind that when you do the 2 arm bent over version, it is going to put some stress on the lower back. If you're a little bit weaker, you can recover from that, and that's a good thing. But if you're rowing some heavy weight, just know you're squatting the next day and also doing RDLs. So just keep that in mind. After that, we're doing another superset. It's going to be, the dumbbell rows are 3 sets of 6 to 10. So stay in that range as well. Nothing lower than 6, nothing higher than 10. After that superset, we're going to our vertical press and pull, and that's going to be a seated dumbbell overhead press. You can do Arnold press, it doesn't matter, as long as you got the dumbbells and pressing overhead, then you're good. So we're going to superset the dumbbell overhead press with a lat pull down or pull-ups. The dumbbell overhead press is going to be 3 sets of 6 to 10, just like the rows, and the lat pull down is going to be 3 sets of 10 to 15. If you want to do pull-ups instead, 3 sets, as many reps as possible. And then after that superset, notice that it's changed from 4 sets to 3 sets. That's because there's more days in and you're getting more quality volume in throughout the days. So that's why the sets have gone down, but I like the 3 sets because it can be very intense. So after that, your next superset, we've done a vertical pull and a horizontal pull for the back. So the back's pretty much done today, but we have to finish off the chest and the shoulders. So then we'll do a machine or a dumbbell incline, 3 sets of 6 to 10, supersetted with lateral raises, 3 sets of 10 to 15. Same concept for the 10 to 15 range, nothing lower than 10, nothing higher than 15. You know, you kind of get it by now. And then after that, we got to finish off the arms. So we'll superset some type of dumbbell extension. You can do a skull crusher, you can do a 1-arm extension, superset that with a seated dumbbell curl. Both of those are 3 sets of 10 to 15. And that's day one, only 24 sets. Relatively low volume for him, but for some of y'all it might be high volume. Some of y'all might only be doing 15 sets of workout. So that 24 sets, I think that's a pretty good set number. I think anywhere from 20 to 30 sets in a workout is about where you want to be. So that's day one, and like I said, this whole workout will be in the description. So day 2 is going to be our first lower body day of the week, and you're going to open up with a squat, 3 sets of 4 to 8, nothing lower than 4, nothing higher than 8. And you're not supersetting with this because a squat's it's a big movement and you're going to need that time to recover. So we're squatting first, 3 sets of 4 to 8. After that, we're going to do RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, 3 sets of 6 to 10. And you can go pretty heavy on these. It seems like a lot of people are forever RDL and 135. You can push these pretty heavy. You know, you can do some working sets with 315. If you can deadlift over 400 pounds, you can do working sets with 275 to 315, I think, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So after the RDLs, you're not supersetting anything with that either. We're going to go to our second quad movement, which is a Bulgarian split squat or some type of split squat, some type of lunge, some type of single leg movement, 3 sets of 6 to 10. You're going to superset that with a glute ham raise, and that's going to be 3 sets, as many reps as possible. If you can't do glute ham raises, just do a leg curl or something like that, but something else that hits the hamstrings. After that, if you do a leg curl, do 3 sets of 10 to 15. After that, we're going to superset traps and forearms. So he fit in some smaller upper body muscle groups on his lower body day. So he would do trap bar shrugs for 3 sets of 10 to 15, and he'd superset that with hammer curls for also 3 sets of 10 to 15, and he usually would do these seated. I think I have a video on my page of me doing the seated hammer curls. That's the way he preferred to do them, and that's the way I've always done them, and it's given me great results. So after this trap and forearm superset, he would go to the calves and abs. He'd do a standing calf raise. Doing the calf machine is great. Get on the little calf machine and load the weight up. 3 sets of 10 to 15, and then he'd superset that with rope crunches for also 3 sets of 15. If you don't have like a rope attachment or something, just do like a machine crunch on one of like the Life Fitness machines or something, or you can do a decline sit-up. I kind of switch back and forth. For a few weeks I'll do decline sit-ups and try to do those weighted for 3 sets of 10 to 15, and then I'll move to a rope crunch just to get some novelty in there, and also do those for 3 sets of 15. So that's the first lower body day. Day 3, your second upper body day, is going to be more of a shoulder focused day. So you're opening up with a barbell overhead press for 3 sets of 4 to 8, and then you're supersetting that with pull-ups, and preferably weighted if you can, for also 3 sets of 4 to 8. The second superset after that is going to be a barbell or dumbbell overhead press. I've really been not overhead press, a barbell or dumbbell incline bench. I've really been liking the barbell lately. It just feels better right now, but I think dumbbells are great too. It's really whatever you prefer, but you're going to be doing those for 3 sets of 6 to 10, and you're going to superset that with a cable row for 3 sets of 10 to 15. After that, your third superset is going to be a chest fly supersetted with a rear delt fly. That's probably my favorite superset to ever exist, is the fly superset. A chest fly and with a rear delt fly, it works great, and it gives you an insane pump. And you're going to be doing both those for 10 to 15 reps, 3 sets. The simplest way to do it is get on one of those pec deck machines and do it for 10 to 15, and then turn around and just switch the little notches on and just do a rear delt fly. But you can use dumbbells too. I'll switch back and forth. I think so. You can do a dumbbell fly, superset that with a rear delt fly, or you can do the pec deck and superset with a reverse pec deck. And you're just, like I said before, 3 sets of 10 to 15 for both of those. And then you got the arms again. So we did an extension and a dumbbell curl the first day. So the second day, we're going to do a push down, or either a rope push down or a straight bar push down, and we're going to superset that with a cable curl. And both of those are also going to be 3 sets of 10 to 15. For the cable curls, you can either do the one arm cable curls with the little handle, or I like just doing the straight bar cable curls and putting my arms in front of me, kind of letting my arms rest on my lats, and we just curl up like that. Try to keep it as strict as possible. And you can also load those pretty heavily. I find that you can cable curl a lot of weight if you really focus on that. So that's the second upper body day. The fourth day, the second lower body day, is going to open up with a deadlift. And like I said before, he goes pretty heavy on these, but he changes the reps and sets a little bit, where he does 3 sets of 3. So nothing. I 3 sets of 1 to 3 really. So obviously you're going to need, it's going to be around like probably 85% of your 1 rep max, but you need to make sure you can get 3 sets of 3 comfortable before you add weight. I mean, make sure it's an easy 3 sets of 3. For example, I did 3x3 at 525 on deadlifts last week, but that third rep on that third set was an absolute grinder, and it was ugly, and I just did not feel good doing it. So it really was 2 sets of 3 and 1 good set of 2 with an ugly third rep. So I'm staying there for a while. Deadlifts is something where I have to make sure I'm completely comfortable with that weight before I add weight. That's the main lift. You should probably do that with all your compounds, but definitely for deadlift. So just keep that in mind. After your deadlift, you're going to go to a hack squat machine or a leg press. He loved hack squats. I'd say go with hack squats. I can get a better range of motion doing them, and you can load those up pretty heavily too. If you're a good squatter, if you can squat 315 for a few reps, you can probably load up 3 to 3.5 plates on a hack squat and do those for sets of 10. And that's going to be 3 sets of 6 to 10. So that's going to be your hack squat. After that, you're going to have a quad and hamstring superset. You're going to superset leg extensions for 3 sets of 10 to 15 with leg curls for 3 sets of 10 to 15. And then you got your trap and forearm superset after that. So you're going to superset dumbbell shrugs. I've been really liking Kelso shrugs. I don't know if he's ever done those, but I mean, that's a dumbbell shrug, so you can just kind of do those. I feel a great, great trap involvement when I do that. So, or you can just do a regular dumbbell shrug. It doesn't matter. As long as you're picking a weight, full range of motion, progressing, then you're good. And you're going to superset that with finger curls. And finger curls are a great movement. A lot of people will get them mixed up with wrist curls. The only difference is wrist curls, you're curling with your wrist, you're sitting on something and curling with it. A finger curl, you're letting the dumbbell go all the way down in your hands, almost to where it's falling off your fingers, and you're curling it up like that. So there's not much wrist flexion going on, but it's mainly in the hand. It's almost simulating like a gripper or something like that. You're just doing it with a dumbbell. So he would superset that. The dumbbell shrugs, 3 sets of 10 to 15. The finger curls, 3 sets of 10 to 15. After that, he would move to a seated calf raise machine. And he'd do those for 3 sets of 10 to 15, and he'd superset leg raises, hanging leg raises, for 3 sets of as many reps as possible. I would say if you're getting over 20 reps consistently on the hanging leg raises, then just put a dumbbell between your feet and do it. But most people will have a hard time getting 3 sets of 20 on something like that. So yeah, if you're consistently maxing over 20 reps on that, just add some weight to it. But he did 3 sets of as many reps as possible, and he'd do them very slow and controlled. And really try to feel the abs in that movement. So that's 4 days. That's a good upper lower if you ran that. He probably needs a little bit more arm volume, but that's a good upper lower. Then he adds the 5th day, which is mainly an arm focused day. He does, we did the one tricep and bicep exercise per workout for our 2 upper body days. This 5th day, there's a lot of arm volume. So he opens up with 2 compound movements. It's either going to be a close grip bench press for 3 sets of 6 to 10, and you're going to superset that with either pull-ups or a dumbbell chest supported row. I like pull-ups because I think pull-ups are great and they're fun to do, and it just looks really chatty when you're in the gym, because a lot of people really can't do over 10 reps of pull-ups. So, it's kind of cool and it feels cool to do. So, you're going to start with that close grip bench press, 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps, superset that with pull-ups, 3 sets of as many reps as possible, or a dumbbell chest supporter row for 3 sets of 6 to 10. It's up to you, whatever you prefer. You're still working the back and you're progressing at that over time, so it doesn't matter. After that, you got your first arm exercise of the day, so you're going to superset a dumbbell skull crusher or a barbell, whatever you prefer. I like the dumbbells because it lets the wrists kind of move how they want. A dumbbell skull crusher, and you're going to superset that with a thick bar curl if you can. You can do a regular barbell curl. He liked getting the thick bars where you work your forearms a little bit more. So that helps, and that's something you can do. But a regular barbell is fine. Both of those are going to be 3 sets of 6 to 10. After that, you got another arm superset, and it's going to be a cable extension behind the head like that. You can use a rope attachment, get the cable. It's almost like, they call them katana raises sometimes. It's almost like pulling a sword out of your back. Just make sure, I can't really reach back here, but just make sure you feel a stretch in your tricep. This is where you want the end point to be. And the finish, I'm hitting my damn ceiling, but the finish is going to be up top. Make sure you get a full range of motion. Make sure you're completely out when you finish. Anyways, you're going to superset that rope extension with a superset the rope extension with a dumbbell preacher curl. He switched to dumbbell preacher curls later on in his career, because after a while his arms got so damn big that he just really couldn't keep them straight, and he wanted to keep his arms straight when he would do the curls. So grab a dumbbell and keep everything straight. You don't want it, as soon as it starts turning like that, you're not really working the bicep as much as you can. So try to keep that tricep flat on the pad when you're curling up and keep everything strict. He would use a dumbbell and he'd go pretty heavy. He worked up to doing 50s with it. I'm still at a measly 35 right now, but it's high reps. So you want to do that for 3 sets of 10 to 15. The rope extension, 3 sets of 10 to 15. And then the dumbbell preacher curls, also 3 sets of 10 to 15. After that, you're going to finish off with shoulders, get some more shoulder volume in. So he will do the a cable lateral raise supersetted with a face pull, and both of those are 3 sets of 10 to 15. 3 sets of 10 to 15. Yeah. So that's pretty much the program. You notice that we cut down on the sets, but we added more days, and there's a little bit more arm volume. and shoulder volume. I think it's 18 sets of shoulders. I think that's the muscle groups that's getting hit the most, but your arms are getting hammered too. So if you stick with that program and you progress at it, you're going to build a great physique, and it's going to get you most of your results. I don't see why anybody would need to add a 6 day. I hate 6 day programs just because you know, the silver era lifters really prioritize rest, and I think we should too, especially as natural lifters. So I think anywhere from 3 days to 5 days is going to maximize your results. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't add exercises, I'd add sets. If you're not getting enough arm volume, go from 3 sets to 4 sets before you add in a completely new exercise, because you want to be able to rotate those exercises when you can. So even if you like an exercise, you're not doing it right now, that doesn't mean you have to add it in. You know, you can switch it in eventually, but try to maximize the exercise you're doing at that moment, at least for 5 to 6 weeks, and progress at it. And then once you get tired of it, just switch it in for something else. So just keep that in mind. Stick with those weights, do the exercises you love to do, and progress at them, and be consistent, and you're going to make a lot of results with it. This is just a simple outline to follow. If you don't like the 5 day, do the 4 day. Don't like the 4 day, do the 3 day. So whatever you want to do. I will also be releasing my own personal program that I have for myself, which has maximized my results, you know, or at least it's working towards that way. It might not work for you, but I would like to release it, and I can also get into more talking about you know, theories and ideas when it comes to lifting, and some personal ideas and beliefs I've developed over time in my fitness career. So if you want to see more fitness content, just let me know. If not, then it's been great, you know, putting out this content. I'll go back to my guitar videos, and I'll still always post guitar videos. But if you want to see more fitness content and more philosophies from me when it comes to lifting and maximizing your results, then I'd love to delve more into that and talk about that. But that's his 5 day program. If you got any questions, you know, comment down below. But the workout will be in the description. So thanks for watching.